Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, early voting just started in several states. We're already hearing stories about voter intimidation, election worker intimidation, and I have a photo to share with you guys of one of the alleged suspects involved. So, stay tuned for that. Turn them in if you know who this person is. So, as of today, there are 6 reported cases of voter intimidation in Arizona. While dropping off ballots last Monday night, a Phoenix resident reports that he was harassed, he and his wife, and he was recorded. He was followed by Trump loons at a Mesa drop box. The voters submitted a report to the Arizona Secretary of State, which said, quote, "There's a group of people hanging out near the ballot drop box, filming and photographing my wife and I as we approach the drop box and accusing us of being a mule. They took photographs of our license plate and of us and then followed us out the parking lot in one of their cars, continuing to film." So some of this interaction was caught on surveillance camera, and the Sedition Hunters have now shared photos of a man to believe to be involved in this criminal offense. If you guys are watching this on YouTube or TikTok, here's the images of one of the men who allegedly took part in this harassment. For those of you listening on the podcast, the Sedition Hunters have named this person Arizona Problem Child, and they said that he's shown up armed at an FBI protest as well as a pro-choice protest in Arizona. He has a tattoo on the outside of his right forearm, and he has another tattoo on the inside of his left forearm. So there's only one photo of him without a full mask, but his face is only partially exposed. So he has gray eyebrows, a gray mustache, and blue eyes. And he wears what appears to be black wire rimmed glasses. They're asking people to contact them via email at admin@seditionhunter.org. That's ADMIN. Another voter submitted a complaint as well, saying that they too were harassed last Wednesday. This was in the afternoon by a similar looking group. The voter wrote, quote, "Camo-clad people taking pictures of me, my license plate, as I dropped our mail-in ballots in the box. When I approached them asking names, group they're with, they wouldn't give anything. They asked why I wanted to know. Well, it's because it's a personal attack." And another person warned the Secretary of State's office that there's an image of a voter's vehicle that was posted on Reddit by a group that's trying to monitor for fraud that doesn't exist, of course. ABC News actually obtained copies of 5 out of the 6 current complaints, and they're all similar. They all say the same thing. They also obtained a photo from election officials, which showed 2 armed men that were wearing bulletproof vests and masks, and they were standing near a Mesa drop box on Friday of last week. So these people are coming with weapons, dressed in tactical gear, but they're just monitoring. In addition to these voter intimidation tactics, the Secretary of State's office referred a case of election worker harassment to the authorities. This was after she and 2 of her employees received a, quote, "menacing and vulgar message." So an ABC reporter spoke with a man who said that he is working with a group called Clean Elections USA. And he cited that LOL propaganda film, 2000 Mules, as a reason why. The founder of this vigilante group is Melody Jennings. And you're not going to be surprised to hear she was recently on Steve Bannon's podcast. Her group's website had a sign-up page, and it was asking for volunteers to, quote, "help watch and film drop boxes." But according to Arizona law, outside of voters, government officials, or party officials, no one is allowed within 75 feet of a ballot drop box. And there are state and federal laws that strictly prohibit voter intimidation. So the Arizona Secretary of State has referred these 6 reports to the Arizona Attorney General. They've also referred this to the Department of Justice. And the Maricopa County Sheriff told reporters that his office has already taken 2 criminal reports and he submitted them to the county prosecutor. He also said that having to babysit these ballot drop boxes, and that was his word, is a waste of their resources. But he said, we have to do it. We have to protect democracy. And he said, all because some people, quote, misbehave. Also, just today, 2 different groups have now filed to get a temporary restraining order against Clean Elections USA and Melody Jennings. Their lawsuit cites a, quote, coordinated campaign of vigilante voter intimidation in violation of the Voting Rights Act and federal civil rights law. So that's the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, which I've referenced in other segments. They're filing claims that, quote, organized vigilante groups have already turned away voters. And they note that there's no guarantee that these interactions are going to remain peaceful. And the 2 groups are asking for a judge to prevent these people, quote, from gathering within sight of drop boxes, from following, taking photos of, or otherwise recording voters or prospective voters, those assisting voters or prospective voters, or their vehicles at or around a drop box, and from training, organizing, or directing others to do those activities. Unfortunately, a status conference won't take place until next Tuesday. So we've got another whole week of this jackassery, of their illegal voter suppression BS before a judge is even going to consider the matter. And, we're now just 2 weeks away from Election Day. So I would encourage these election denying jackasses to research the Ku Klux Klan Act. Research it and see how it's right now being used to sue Trump train idiots who tried to intimidate the occupants of a Biden-Harris bus. I think the feds need to send some people to Arizona as well. They need to make a few arrests. Might wake a few of these people up. Right? Might make them realize they're not invincible. And if there is any justice in this world, this Melody Karen, spelled with a Q, Jennings, she will end up behind bars with her buddy, Steve Bannon, where they belong. So anyway, guys, I'll let you know when I hear more because I guarantee I will. But thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.